Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we're going to make a really simple but pretty pair of earrings using our Bargain Bead Box Violet Glade. Now I think you're going to enjoy these. They're using some of the Dragonfly connectors. Let's turn down and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, what we have here are the two amethyst drops. Aren't those pretty? And I have added some ear wires. But also we have two of the teal rice beads, which are going to go right here. And then the iridescent ones that will go above our connector. And here is our connectors. Now, we're going to go right in here. If you'll see, I have painted the dragonfly on the connectors. I painted him green, even though you can see many different colors of dragonflies. But I felt that a green one was good because we didn't have a lot of greens, but we did have, well, the teal color, which isn't truly it's more of a bluey green than the green I used. But I thought we could use the green since it was the other color in the box besides purple. And I felt if I made him purple, he would be too purple. So I've painted just the dragonfly on here. Now I also have 4 of the eye pins from out of the kit. I think they will be big enough for what I want to do. So all we're going to do is we're going to open up this one eye pin down here and hang our amethyst drop on it. Close her back up. We'll do that with both of them. After we have that all done, we'll put our teal rice drop on here, just like so. And the next thing we need to do is to take and make a loop and put it over our bottom here. Now I am going to use the second size, not the smallest, the second for this loop because we've got to go over this bar. If it was just the first one, I would just use the little one, but we're going to go over the bar, so it has to be the second. So we want to bend this about right here. We'll do that on both. Then we're going to put our bell making pliers in here so that the larger of the two small ones are on the top so that we make that bigger bail. So over and around, drop her down, bring her around, leaving a gap so that that wire can get in there. Make sure you have this all the way up. It doesn't look like it wants to be. We want that to be pretty circular, so here we go. That's better. However, I think I may have closed the gap. We'll see. So then we put our connector in here. As I thought, I have closed the gap up too much. So open the gap back up. Slide our connector on and push it closed. So while holding that closed with the pliers just on either side, turn it over, get a second pair of pliers and wrap that connection up. Now as you wrap, be careful. This top bead, of course, this bead here is of course glass, and we don't want to take a chance of breaking it. Come on, baby, come here. Sometimes when you get close to the end like this, what you'll need to do is do what I call the push me, pull me. And that's simply to take the wire, and instead of trying to pull it, we've already pulled, so we're going to push. Being very careful of that bead. Now it looks like it's sliding down some, so let's push it up. And again, we want to try and close this up some without damaging that bead. Looks like it says it's about done. And if that's the case, we'll have to clip off that extra right there. But I would like to get it around just a teeny touch more. So I'll get my hold on it again. And we will carefully push that down some more. You'll notice I'm pushing somewhat towards the connector with when I'm pushing the wire down, but that's because I don't want to get too close to that crystal. So I'm hoping the wire will fall upwards rather than down. So let's get our clippers out and clip this extra little bit off now. And these are stainless steel wires, so they're a little tough. And they don't really want to go where I want them to. So let's see if that looks good already where it is. It still needs to tighten just a bit. I can see that as I'm sitting here. So let's see if we can get it to still tighten some more. While I'm at it, I think I'll hold the green bead right by my finger so that if I'm smashing down on something, it will be the top of my nail. So there we go. Now this is a little crooked, so I'm going to straighten it up. There we go, much better. Now we're going to take one of the other wires, open it up like we did before, slide our connector on here, close it, and now we put our iridescent bead on there, and then we will make the loop to put on our ear wire, and then our earring will be done. Now, because our ear wire is facing this direction, we need our loop to go this way as opposed to this way. So we'll want to put our pliers in sideways so it's facing, the loop is facing up towards us. And then this time I'm going to use the small of the bell making sides because I don't need that hoop big enough to go over that big silver ring like I did before. So this one is simply going to go over, come down, come around and over, and then straighten her up into a lollipop shape. I know that I got that a little crooked, so we will go up some. Now, because this has a definite front and back, the dragonflies are not two-sided. You want to feed your ear wire on backwards, like so, because it comes around the loop. Come on, did I not leave you enough gap? There it goes. It turns around to face forward. So then once we've got that on here, pull our wires together just like so. Come over to the other side, get your second pair of pliers again, and get hold of that wire and wrap. You'll find sometimes when you're working with these stainless steel pins that you have to hold on pretty tight because they like to fight you sometimes. And there is our first earring done. Isn't that pretty? So let's do the second one exactly the same. So we're at this stage here. We want the larger of the two bells up and around. Bring her around. Bring her this way, leaving a gap, and then straighten it up to the lollipop size. Now we'll feed our dragonfly connector in here. There we go. And so we'll put these together like so. Push these wires together now, since they are apart, since they were intentionally left apart to get our connector in. Now we take our second pair of pliers and wrap that wire up. Okay, actually looks like she's a little bit crooked, so we'll straighten her. Now we do this second one by putting this on the connector at the top here, closing it up. Now the rice bead. Now we want this loop to go this other opposite direction. So again, we face this downwards and bring this over. Use the smaller loop for this one, up and over, around, and straighten her up. So there she is, and we feed our ear wire on backwards to our dragonfly. Slides in place. We grab it with our pliers. Switch hands. Grab my other plier. And then wind this wire up. Get out of the way, baby. Now, these wires are barely big enough to get what I need out of them here, but they are, I think. This one needs to come around just a little bit more, but I think we're going to cut it off here because it wants to be a little bit difficult. and I would rather cut it off than break the bead. So let's see if we can get it over just a hair's breadth more without breaking our bead here. I can see I let the wire slide down a little bit here, which is not good as far as I'm concerned, but it could be worse. Let's get that clipped off and tucked in. There, that one is now done. And there are our earrings. Aren't those pretty? Hope you enjoyed making these with me. So there we have it. Our pretty first set of earrings using our Violet Glade kit from Bargain Bead Box. Didn't those turn out lovely? I really think they are pretty, and I liked making these. I'm not real thrilled how the stainless steel wires worked because they are a little bit wonky, but they're not bad. So anyway, there we go. There's our earrings from our Bargain Bead Box, Violet Glade. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.